What's going on, folks? It's KspadeTheProspect, back today with a brand new Madden 16 franchise mode video. Folks, you just saw the Oakland Raiders go back to back on those Super Bowl wins, and now it's time for the offseason, which is a very important part to this whole thing, man. This is where you kind of regroup or rebuild and find out where you're weak and try to make it stronger. And the tough part that I'm learning, sometimes you got to look into the future. Your team might be all right now, but sometimes you got to look further ahead at what's not going to be all right a year or two down the road and go ahead and start preparing for it. So let's get into it, man. We are re-signing players. Y'all know me. I'm cheap. I'm not going to re-sign all these guys, but I am definitely going to re-sign the guys that I feel like I can't replace in the next year or two. Big Dan Williams is one. Marcel Reese was another. DeAndre Hopkins, I think he was up there. Amari Cooper was up there. Nate Allen, however, I am not going to re-sign. At 31 years old, the money he's asking for, I just feel like we can replace that. Worst case scenario, we'll put Torian Jolly slow ass out there. Whatever we got to do. You know, I want to make sure we ain't just throwing money away, because we also want to see if we can pull a big name person here or there, right? So you guys also saw me re-sign Clyde Walford. That one right there is kind of weird because we got Lee Smith, but it's weird when you look at their Raiders. They're both good tight ends, and they do two totally different things. Like, for some odd reason, Lee Smith has some of the lowest catching attributes of a pretty good tight end I ever seen. Clyde Walford is actually the better receiving tight end. Anyway, now I did kind of drop the ball on Austin Howard. I was just thinking depth, because for some odd reason, a lot of my offensive lineman positions don't have reserves, but we could have got somebody cheaper than this guy, younger than that guy, hell, maybe even better. Let's move on to the big part of the offseason, where we go after free agents from other teams. Keeping an eye on the cap. I want to get big name people, but I don't want to just go for the biggest name. I want, like, you looking right here like Jarrell Casey, but we don't really need a right end. For one. For two, Jarrell Casey's 29, 30 years old. You know, so that didn't really make sense for me. How could I look away from Todd Gurley? Todd Gurley's a beast, but we got two running backs. We got a crowded backfield as it is. So definitely we needed some depth at the left end position. Eric Armstrong was two things. He was depth. He was pretty good at the 79 overall, and he was fairly young. So of course, we're going to go at this guy, and we're going to go at him aggressively. Like, he's asking for 1.88 mil, might as well say 1.9. I'm going to go in a little higher than what he's asking for. I want to be the highest bidding team on that guy. Keep in mind, Nate Allen, who we just saw, who's a free agent, we just decided we wasn't bringing that guy back. Now, what was he asking for? Something like 12 mil? Now, y'all thinking, wait a minute. Raheem Moore is asking for damn near 15. We're going to pay him? Yes, we're going to pay him because he is younger and better than Nate Allen. So the money difference, I'm cool with that. I'll take that monetary difference right there. Now, let's do a little bit of last minute scouting before we get into the draft. I'm not going to show you the whole draft. I found a gem. We need a middle linebacker. This is what I'm saying about looking into the future, y'all. We are okay at middle linebacker now. We got Lofton and we got David Harris. But if I'm not mistaken, I think one is like 34, one is like 35. So them dudes, they on the decline. So the Tremaine Robertson guy at FSU is going to be huge for us. And James Ferris, we're going to bring him in right up under Raheem Moore. And he's going to eventually take the spot in the future. Like, I'm preparing for the future in this draft. Now, when we look at the league's top stories, the biggest thing to me was the Cleveland Browns and also Greg Olsen going back to Chicago. But the Cleveland Browns really tried to get better in the offseason. They went and got Jordy Nelson. Look at my Fins. The Fins went and got Mariota. I see y'all trying to get better. Of course, we got Raheem Moore. But Cleveland also went and got Victor Cruz. I don't know why I was about to say Victor Small. I was thinking about my own defensive back. But they also got Victor Cruz. So Cleveland went and got two pretty damn good wide receivers, yo. So the boys trying to be nice this year. I got to keep an eye on that. A few other people out here. Who was that? Kendall Wright. Laurinaitis, of course, with the Rams. Few big names out there. Sam Shields. That's an alumni of the U. He is locked up by the New Orleans Saints. That's all fine and dandy cool. Now let's get to the draft. All right. The draft for me this year, and I think this is a good thing, but this is the first year that I've been doing this, and we're going into the 5th season, that I really wasn't drafting for now. Like, the team is okay. The team is really good for now. So everything I'm looking for in the draft, It's for the future. Keep that in mind, because somebody gonna look. They go David Harris right there. Like, I didn't even re-sign David Harris because he was old, so he just locked up. And I just said we had Lofton and Harris. No, we don't. We got Lofton, and hopefully we're gonna get this Roberson guy. All right. Here we go. We're at the draft. We're gonna skip ahead and get to the first user draft, and what you're gonna see is gonna surprise you right here. Keep in mind, y'all, I am drafting for the future. I go right in and I go to my watch list, and I went through there, and between the scouting report and the combine report, I had a lot of talented people in there. So we go to my watch list, and my list has just been devoured by the rest of the league. This is still round one. I had some late round, like this dude right here says mid-second rounder. I can't take the chance that he's gonna be there. I got a late second round pick, so we take him. When I take this guy, they're gonna tell me that I reached. He's number 79 in true talent. We took him at 32nd, but that's fine. He's perfect for what we need. I don't care about where they got him ranked at. He's gonna come in and be great for us. Trust me, I'm good with that. So that's our first pick. Second pick, I only had 2 other guys on the watch list. Whichever one of those guys is still there, that's who we're gonna take. We skip ahead to the second round, pick 32 of the second round. This is us. We're on the clock. We go in. I'm just hoping let one of these guys still be there. And already I see James Ferris is there already, and he's the only one there. So this free safety, once again, we got Raheem Moore. We don't need him to come in and make an instant impact, but we're gonna groom him to be the man of the future. We're gonna draft that guy right there. Now the rest of the draft, as you can see, my watch list was gone, so I just went through and compared any scouting stuff I had as well as combine reports, and I finished the draft. I'm not gonna show y'all all that. Those 2 right there were stud pickups that I felt like I got. I wanted to show you guys that, so that's what we did. We go through and look at the rookie signings, folks. Tremaine Roberson, maybe he say he's FSU's finest. He comes in our number 1 overall pick. Of course, James Ferris at our number 2 pick. And I know y'all saying, Spade, did you take another damn cornerback? Well, for some odd reason, running backs and cornerbacks in my franchise, they seem to be the positions that just really be deep. Like, it was almost 4th round, and I still was finding talented guys there. You see, we took a center. That's a 73 overall. We're grooming this guy to be the future. We don't need him right now. We don't need either of these guys to make an impact right now. That's a beautiful thing. When I get ready to start the new season, I have trade offers for Torian Jolly. Have to let you guys know, I went and looked at Torian Jolly as a linebacker. Like, you can go in and change their position after the season just to see what their rating would be. And he would be like an 80 outside linebacker. He's only 80 speed, which is why I'm concerned about him being out there at the safety spot. Of course, some things was low for him, like block shed and stuff like that. But he can make a tackle. He's got pretty good zone. He's got really good zone coverage, actually, for a safety. You know, and even if he was a backer, he's got great, exceptional zone coverage at like a 83 or 84 or something. I was concerned about him being small, because at 218, that's pretty damn small for a backer. And his block shed was so low, I was afraid they was just going to tip his ass over. So I put him back at free safety. And I guess I'm going to take some feedback from you guys. Should I take one of those trades? Did you guys see anything there that we should entertain? I mean, the people are asking for, want to trade for draft picks. I just don't really feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like we need anything right now. So y'all let me know. Give me feedback. Preseason time, folks. I'm not going to play any preseason game. Instead, I'm going to Sim. And the NFL pitched us, the first preseason game was against the team that we beat in the Super Bowl. And even through the sim in the preseason, we crushed them 34-0. So I went through to look at the stats. I kind of wanted to know who did what. I see Tremaine Roberson. I see you, Tremaine. Raheem coming in, making some plays. Beautiful, beautiful game from my guys. Let's go ahead and go to week 2. Let's see what these Raiders got. Already. All right. So here we go. As you can see in week 2, man, we lost to the Baltimore Ravens. This is a team that always plays us tough. The defense is really, really good when you play these guys. Even though some of the names have changed, I guess you can credit their scheme. They always put a lot of pressure on us defensively, like they get it in. I go through and look at the stats, look at that boy Roberson. Fitting in nice, him and Lofton both, my 2 middle backers. They getting it in out there. They getting it in. We're going to go ahead and jump to the third game. I feel like I'm a great drafter, even though I'm kind of cheating because the computer, they don't draft good. So I wish it was a couple of other users in this league that I could steal people from. But trust me, I'm working on something like that. I'm working on something. Stay tuned. Anyway, here we go. Third game, man. Ben Butler clearly got more reps in this particular game right here. 15 of 19 passing. Pretty good day for him. 159 yards. Ishak Sharp under 40 yards rushing, and he was the leading rusher for our team. That goes back to what I said about Baltimore's defense. Like, they just make plays. Hey, they also just picked up Rolando McClain in the offseason, so expect him to also anchor this defense. They gonna keep guys over there that can make plays, man. They keep them. They like breed them. We go to another game, New York Giants. And I wasn't thinking when I did this, but you can't see the stats from that last game because it advances you to the regular season. So I know I threw a lot at y'all. I tried not to make the video uber long. If y'all got any questions, anything you want to see, I can add it in future videos. I was going to show you guys who all made it into the Pro Bowl. I did cap that. So if you want to see that, let me know. Of course, that's last season. That's probably old news. Y'all don't care about that. But anyway, folks, the next video you guys will see will be week 1 regular season gameplay. I'm out to then. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me get that thumbs up. Catch you guys on the next one. All right? Peace.